Sometimes I think the confusion is just a misplaced gaze, the ghostly image of something that once was. And sometimes that ghost, like some ghastly white Pierrot mime, haunts us. And sometimes it is we who are haunting Pierrot's ghost.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Hi. Good morning. I'm here. I'm here to see Spectre, the mime group, and I'm assuming that you're one of the. I don't have an appointment. I just came. I hope that's not a problem. I'm here to respond to the flyer. Yeah, I don't have an appointment. I just thought I'd come by. I'm sorry. I'm not disturbing you, am I? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I here to respond to this. The directions weren't very clear. I sent a letter to the P.O. box, but you didn't respond. So I thought I'd just drop by without an appointment.
Here lies a player who without a word says all.
I noticed your flyers.
Of course. The flyers. Funny you should mention them. In retrospect, I'm not particularly fond of these flyers. They're a bit unmoving, I'd say. But we do what we can. They're not spectacular, but after all, an art is only complete if it is partial. But our plight, I'm sad to say, is of the gravest sincerity, and these flyers perhaps do our appeal an injustice. The general without an army would like to have one, but without money, how does he go about it? An actor, if there are losses, goes into a cooperative, and if there is any profit, into the ranks. So we make this line of attack. We will share the returns, and if this play works, we'll do others, until we run out of money. Then we make these dreadful flyers. An astonishing thing poverty is. I digress. We're in need of money, that seems clear, the flyers and such. But we've had some luck. Right, Alfonso, philanthropically speaking.
More or less.
Would you say more, or would you say less?
I would probably say less.
And I would say damn. But I'm not surprised. The popularity of mime is hard enough to maintain. It only becomes harder when we try to do so. You see, friend, one might say there is a certain dissatisfaction in this city with our tendencies towards art. Are you familiar with us, sir?
Yes, of course.
And are you familiar of this dissatisfaction of which I speak?
Yes.
And do you, perchance, share this dissatisfaction, if I may be so bold as to ask you?
No, of course not.
It's hard to tell. He looks dissatisfied.
Alfonso has a knack for picking out subtlety.
No, I'm not dissatisfied.
Dissatisfaction takes many forms. Do you know what's odd? Lev doesn't share Alfonso's knack for picking out subtlety. I say that because they're fraternal twins, though, interestingly, they don't share much else, including physical appearance. Lev, come forward. Strange, isn't it? How do you find?
Dissatisfied.
No, I'm completely satisfied. What's going on?
This is but an audition.
Wait a minute, wait. See, I came here for a reason, a legitimate reason.
Jerry,
Excuse me, I'm sorry, but I'm very confused, and this whole dissatisfaction thing that you're doing is really making me uncomfortable.
Definitely dissatisfaction.
Look, what is going on?
and finally George.
No, excuse me, not finally George, not finally George. What is this?
The verdict is in.
What are you talking about? What do you mean verdict? Okay, all right, look, I think I should just go. What the hell are you doing?
The moment has come. Your execution awaits.
What?
Just some humor. Show the gentleman out.
I'll show myself out. Thank you very much.
You forgot to mention your name, by the way.
No kidding. I didn't mention my name because you're all apparently insane. This wasn't funny at all, it was sick. I sent you a letter a few weeks ago, not that I'd expect you to remember.
You forgot to mention your name.
Byron.
Byron what?
What does it matter?
It doesn't. Just tell me.
Delacroix.
What did you say?
Byron Delacroix. It's French.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Je crois que vous parlez français aussi?
Oui.
I believe you. I suppose you came here for a reason?
Yes, I'd rather just go.
I'd rather you stayed. I'd rather it's some bit, in fact. Sometimes, Mr. Delacroix, we do things which make people angry. Sometimes, in fact, they can get quite irate, and if we're not careful sometimes, you can see why a pretense is necessary. I apologize for frightening you. I thought you were another type of individual. My name is Terence. And this is Jerry, Lev, Alfonso, and George. So tell us, why have you come here, Byron Delacroix? Byron of the Cross?
Well, I told him already, sort of.
Unfortunately, that does us no good. You see, George, how do we put it?
He's mute.
So blunt yet so true. A crude description for the crudity which has befallen our friend. But after all, the voice is so revealing it becomes an artificial thing, reducing everything to a certain glibness, to an unreality.
Well, the art of mime is the very art of silence.
Touché, Byron of the Cross. I believe this is yours.
Yes, this is the reason why I came.
Apparently, though I'm confused as to how.
Well, it says you are looking for money, and I have access to money.
Legally. No matter. Though you didn't have to come all the way down here to give it to us, the method of payment is unmistakably written on the flyer in your hand.
I sent a letter to the address.
We received it.
Why didn't you respond?
We were busy planning our next performance. A very interesting performance indeed.
Really? Are you allowed to talk about it?
Are you familiar with the story of Jean-Gaspard Debarreau and his son?
Well, wait a second. What are you talking about the performance, or are you changing the subject?
A little of both. Are you familiar?
No.
That's too bad. It's a wonderful story. I think you'd like it.
Well, I'll put it on my list.
I'm sure. Stay for lunch while we discuss your philanthropy in more detail. You know, I never intended upon this misanthropic tone we've adopted. Sometimes it seems that it has adopted us. We are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. I have a question, though. How did you find us, exactly? Who wrote that address on the back of your flyer?
Well, I did. I found you. I wasn't sure what this was, if it was your theater or your offices or what, but yeah, I'm still not exactly sure what it is.
It's what we make it.
I mean, do you live here too? In these basements?
Of course. It's big enough for everything.
Was that legal?
How do you expect us to perform a mimicry of life if all we do is mimic the law? The law is good if one use it lawfully. At any rate, our performances are in the streets. We have no need of a theater.
But that's how I found you. I saw you perform, and I followed you here afterwards.
But you are from Chicago.
Yes.
And you were born here as well?
No, I was born. I was somewhere else.
France?
And you like mine?
Yes. I mean, very much. I'm a bit of a mime myself.
How very interesting. Why?
Why what?
Why are you a mime?
I don't know. I mean, why are you all mimes?
Are you saying that you're a mime for the same reasons that we are?
Yes, maybe.
I believe you. Sit. What then are the terms of your philanthropy?
What?
Your terms. Are you giving us a check?
Oh, I see. No, not quite.
They never do. Then what?
Well, see, I would like to help you financially, and I sort of get the feeling that no one else will. But there is a provision. See, I would like to be considered, if at all possible. I would like to be involved somehow with Spectre,
Like how?
like maybe an internship.
Pardon me, an internship? I don't mean to be difficult, but we're not exactly in tune with training and placement in the theatrical arts. But if you're looking for a letter of recommendation...
Well, no, see, I would like to join, actually. I would like to join, and I would like to be a mime here.
Is that so?
Yes, it's very much so.
Then I am afraid the answer will have to be no. In point of fact, absolutely not. And if that is the sole reason why you came here, then good day, Mr. Delacroix.
What?
No.
Why?
I apologize again for my earlier discourtesy, but we are not interested in placating the childhood fantasies of young men who want to wear tights and put on makeup. The answer is no. You cannot simply walk in here and become a mime with us.
But I'm not that bad.
Neither am I interested in conditional generosity. Skill, furthermore, has nothing to do with it. You have a lot of nerve coming in here. You have no idea what you would be embarking upon.
So thanks for the sympathy,
Or the fetish.
but stick to your day job.
I know what I'm doing is bold.
At least,
Insulting, maybe.
we're a 5-member group. There is no upward mobility here.
That's not true, though. I mean, I've been watching you perform for years, and I know you had a 6th member. I mean, you had a 6th member, and then you didn't. I mean, I don't know what happened to him, but I thought maybe you'd be looking for some sort of replacement.
The 6th member was Terrence's brother. He died.
And we are not presently looking to replace Cyrus. Thank you very much, Byron of the Cross. Absent in body, but present in spirit. His ghost today haunts us, thin and clear. His death, I am sad to say, is still quite near.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Obviously.
But there must be something.
There isn't.
Well, then I guess I should.
Perhaps.
Aw. Don't walk so sad, Mr. of the Cross. After all, movement is nothing more than a succession of... How does it go, Terrence? Lev?
I don't know.
Me neither.
One may conceive of movement as a succession of attitudes. Etienne de Creux said that. So thanks for the sympathy.
How did you know that?
Byron, what would you then suggest?
My second audition of the day, if you will.
I will indeed. After all great events occur, as it were, twice.
The first time is tragedy.
The second as farce.
It's very necessary for me to do this.
No doubt.
Lunch is ready, by the way, and getting cold. How's the soup, Byron? I'm afraid it turned out a bit thin. Gary, you can put the spoon down. I can't. It's getting close.
Are you familiar with the various technical facets of Gary's misery, Byron? Well, neither are we.
It's just the seizures that hurt the most.
He'll be fine.
Every morning he wakes up and he's feeling life for the first time.
We have a performance in an hour. You're in, by the way. You passed your audition. Prepare yourself, Byron of the Cross. There's only more ahead.
What's wrong with them?
Oh, it's quite textbook. 5 or 6 textbooks, actually. It's in mime that the only kind of sense is achieved. In something that has no sense at all.
So you let me join then?
Yes. I taught children before it worsened. The cancer, which has chewed my flesh and heaved it up colorless. But I believe that we are all born on the outside. And it's over time that we are worked in. Some better than others. Thinking of a way to leave?
No, actually, I was thinking of a way to stay.
Byron?
How have you been?
Are you hiding?
No, I was just watching. How was the first day?
Well, horrible. Hotel proprietorship is not a hereditary disorder.
Do you think your father would mind if I took some time before starting to work at the hotel?
Why?
Well, if I were to just have to take some time.
Well, I don't think so. Besides, you'd be working for me anyway.
Well, you know my career aspirations don't exactly amount to hotel management.
Neither do mine. Besides, your career aspirations don't exactly amount to anything.
Now you sound like your father.
Do you ever wonder if you sound like yours?
So I dreamt last night, as I said I would. You will too, after I've left. Mine was a vision, I think, about us. It was shaped into the form of a story, of a mime named Jean-Gaspard Devereaux. The stories of him and his son Charles. We must tell the story somehow to call for life.
I didn't hear you come in.
Embody action and nothing but action.
We should begin.
When can we mime?
Mine is the portrait of work. I suspect you know your way out.
Yes. Yeah. So, tomorrow.
And the next day.
I thought you all were joking about the soup yesterday.
We were, I suppose.
But there wasn't any soup today either.
Well, there's never any soup. Just a new sentiment. Every day. And a bowl full of it.
I could pick up some food if you want. It's some groceries.
No.
I mean, there's no shame in it. It's no problem.
Thank you. No.
You really could use to eat something. I mean, this isn't some sort of pity routine. It's just you need some food. It's that simple.
Byron. It wouldn't matter. They'd still eat the soup, no matter what you brought. It's horrible, but so would I.
Will I eat the soup too?
Hopefully someday we all will.
The story is triptych. It is as much a son's search for his elusive father as it is man's search for God or for logic. The father, standing, risen above the rest. His body is transformed into extensions of himself. The son, our son, oh, he's kept away, he's pushed away in awe of what his heredity entails. And that's mine.
The light of the body is the eye. Who's there?
It's me, Byron.
Byron. Behold, a greater than Solomon is here. 'Tis the bringer of light itself. It is called and thus brought, and we are left harbingers of sight.
Hey, I didn't know you were there. Where were you?
I was in the darkness, and those which sat in the darkness saw great light, and their corneas burnt.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Sorry? He apologizes. He brings the light and apologizes. Fear not, Byron, fear not. For in my sightlessness, there is a cavernous mural of vision, and it is magnificent. But this canvas is but a mirror. It will be reflected onto you. It will light your way.
Do you need me to give
I need your silence and your attention. Your uncompromising attention. I speak through the words of others. My body becomes a ship. My tongue, telephonic, is removed from myself, rendering my voice otherly. I blow my horn, for you have arrived at last. What are you? Do you know what you are? What manner of man is this?
Just
just a man.
You're a boy. But so are we. Except maybe for Terrence. But only just barely.
What do you want?
Do I frighten you?
No.
You're a liar and a boy.
What do you want?
I want only to talk. I want only you to listen. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. No? No. I am the door. I am the way, the truth, and the light. I am your light, and I speak to you. But the light is quiet, and you do not hear it. So it must yell, and I am the shriek. Yet a little while is the light with you. Walk while you have the light, lest darkness come upon you.
I don't understand you.
What is your life? It is vapor that appears for a little while and then vanishes away. You'll understand in the vanishing how the confusion will tear you. You'll understand in the voice, the word. The closer you get, the more it will destroy you.
What will?
Save us, Byron. Save us. Bless us when men shall revile us, persecute us, and say all manner of evil against us falsely for your sake. We have no memories. Every day is the same as the last, and the same as all to come. Mine. Just mine. I can't remember the last thing I did or was. I figure that at least in death we'll have one memory. The memory of life before birth.
What will destroy me?
Look at us. We wrestle not against the flesh or blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. And because of it, we are neither here nor there, but we are afraid. We fear. Like everyone else, we are terrified, constantly in search of a reason. Look at our fear! It hangs in the window. Look at it! Look! Go look. The blood of the sacrificial lamb has been painted on our windowsill, so that Moses' wrought plague may not kill our firstborn as well. But we are barren. So what do we protect? Ourselves. Are we selfish? I yearn for freedom. Look upon the sign, Byron. Revere it, or it will tear you in half. Hope to the end!
That's mine. But it's always something else. For you will have to tell the story without me. I won't be here for that one.
I had a dream about my mother. I had a mother too. I can still remember her. Remembering's the most important thing of all. It brings her back. I wish because of the pain I wasn't this way. And after I bite my tongue for making that wish. To wish my pain away. To wish her away. Every now and then, pain or violence forces salvation onto us.
And how will you be saved?
I also had a dream. Last night, actually. I was walking along a busy shopping street. You could hear the sounds of the city, but the streets were empty. As I was walking, I kept expecting to see just in the distance signs of life awaiting me. Suddenly, we stopped, and I started to call out to my mother.
Well, did you find her, your mother?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not sure that was the point.
Well, then what were you looking for?
That which gives birth. That which yields the progeny for which we seek.
What is that?
It's always something new, but you never know what it is.
Salvation?
Maybe.
Well, then what is it? Hey. Jerry? Terrence? George? So what do you do with it? What happens?
Birth.
What happens if you don't find it?
We become things created in our own image, the putrescence of absolute spirit, sinking deeper and deeper below the conditions of existence and thus perish.
And what happens if you do find it? What's born? I mean, what's really born?
The domination of present over past, a world to win. Salvation, in whatever forms it presents itself to us, and quickly too. This is an evil generation. They seek a sign. Even my thoughts are interrupted by commercials.
Okay. Are you ready?
For what?
To mime. To mime. It's about time we mime, don't you think? I mean, there's too much talking. Mimes aren't supposed to talk. You talk too much. Action. Action is what we need. Jerry, stand up. I said stand up. Okay, Lev, stand up. Come on, Lev, stand up. George, Alfonso, stand up. I said stand up! Now, Terrence, you just sit there and watch the difference between action and talk. The rest of you, did you stand up because I asked you to? Or would you have done it for anyone?
But how can we tell the story without you?
Then you might as well kill me now. For what else has this been for? If not to transmit that which he himself received.
Byron? Do you have a minute?
Yes?
I haven't seen you in a while.
What do you mean? I see you every day.
No, you see me every night. You haven't been home earlier than midnight, and you still won't tell me why.
I'm sorry for that.
So what brings you home now?
Yesterday's rehearsal didn't go so well, so I'm taking the day off.
Rehearsal? Are you in a show?
Sort of.
Oh, Byron, that's wonderful. Why wouldn't you tell me that? What's the show?
It's a mime show.
Mime. Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Byron, come to bed.
Pierrot, ton père est dehors. Il t'attend depuis longtemps.
Maman?
You must tell this story, or you will putrefy.
What's going on, Byron?
This has to stop.
What does?
Whatever is going on, it has to stop.
What are you talking about?
Where are they?
What?
The TV that Jerry was looking at, the Book of Georges, their radio. No, it doesn't even matter. No matter what I say, I know that you're not going to stop. I know the brink that you spoke about, Terrence. I've seen it, but I'm not going to go towards it, and I'm not going to walk away from it.
We don't understand you.
Well, then you may as well already be dead.
What would you then propose, Byron?
That we go around it, that we bide our time, that we build a bridge over that cliff that we're too scared to go off of. No, I take it back. You're not even dead. You're replicants of the dead. But you know. I can bring us back to life and help bury the dead. I will assist you. I will save you. I will release you so that you may go up there and once more allow Spectre to have a body and to walk amongst the people and not spook and infest them from below. And you have to stop living underground.
Where will we stay?
In a hotel.
Won't that cost money?
Don't worry about the money and don't worry about the hotel.
The story is as much a son's search for his elusive father as it is man's search for God or for logic. The father, standing, risen above the rest. His body has transformed into extensions of himself. But the son, our son, well, he's kept away, he's pushed away in awe of what his heredity entails. And that's mine.
There's something that I want to tell you.
You are the son of Jean-Louis Delacroix.
Excuse me?
I presume that's your confession, that you are the son of Jean-Louis Delacroix.
And you've known the whole time?
Yes. Byron, I was taught by your father. That day you came to Spectre, it wasn't the first time that we'd met. But of course, that first time you were an infant, and I was an outcast adolescent whose only hope of comfort or acceptance came from mine.
I never knew him.
I wish you had. He was remarkable. You're a lot more like him than you know.
Please don't say that, Terrence.
You didn't know Jean-Louis like I did. He was a gift. He left the theater to teach those who otherwise would never have been given a chance.
Terrence, he left the theater because he lost his mind. I am nothing like him.
But neither are we. We acquiesce because we have to. And our fate is in your hands now. This is beyond genealogy.
No, Terrence. No. Nothing is.
A son follows the father because he's afraid. Well, whatever the reason and however he follows, even if it is in order to veer, the cord is never cut. And that's our story. It's confusing, I know, but so are we. Why some of us are underground, downtrodden, is confusing. At times I think that confusion is just a misplaced gaze, the ghostly image of something that once was, and sometimes that ghost, like some ghastly white Pierrot mime, haunts us, and sometimes it is we who are hunting Pierrot's ghost.
Hello.
Are you busy?
No. I mean, No.
Can we speak?
Sure, come in.
No.
Is there someplace else?
No, I can't think of any other place.
You mean there are no other places?
There's this one place.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Have you ever been here before?
No. This is the first time.
Why?
Because this place terrifies me.
Your absence today was somewhat conspicuous, and the longer it drew out, the more did concern replace conspicuity.
I'm sorry about today. I know I probably should have been there since we open in a few days.
We are prepared.
I hope so.
Should we tell him?
We could let him find out then.
Tell me what?
Just tell him.
We've been working on something new.
For the show?
The old material simply wasn't going to work.
Wait, I don't understand. You've changed the program?
Yes.
Wait, you've changed the show? You've changed the show? We open in a few days for our only performance, and you've just changed the show.
Yes. We've spoken with the stage hands, and it is completed. It is performable even now.
What was wrong with the old show?
It was precisely old. It was of a time past. It was meaningless in the most definitive sense of the word. And so we had to change.
I don't I don't think I'll be able to see it. With the way the rehearsal schedule is, I won't be able to see it before the performance. And I think you probably knew that. What's going on? Why can't I see it?
What difference does it make, Byron?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't make any difference at all. But don't you think you're being just a little bit irresponsible? What's the point of this anyways?
Who's being irresponsible? What's the point of this performance anyway?
Can you at least describe the new show?
It's indescribable.
Come on, can you give me anything?
In a word, or a few, it is the story that needs telling. We are too tired to control our fates. Those witches have pulled our strings tight from the very beginning.
Think of it as a new beginning.
Or a new ending.
I don't understand any of this at all.
Yes, you do, Byron. Yes, you do.
Cyrus. The story. You still haven't told us the story.
You're right. Of course, the story. The story. Jean-Gaspard Debarreaux was born a clumsy boy. He would teeter and totter from side to side, and the other boys would taunt him so. Out of luck, our young hero, the son of a famous acrobat, was taught by the clown Giacomo the art of movement and mime. Debarreau was a natural. But Debarreau's father would have none of it. He believed his son an invalid and refused to give the boy his due worth. But Debarreau persevered and in his struggle created Pierrot. And from then on, Debarreau was Baptiste, the Pierrot, the mime for the people. His skills increased over time, as did his pride, which he would lash out upon his own young son, Charles. Debarreau would not relinquish Pierrot to his son. As Charles grew stronger, Debarreau grew weaker. But the son continued to endure his father's pride. Debarreau was invited to a final performance. His son was wary, but the father persisted, and had his servants look for the Pierrot costume, which had been lost over time. The performance took place, and Debarreau took center stage. But as soon as he began, the strings which first animated his boneless, barren body were cut. he had no choice but to live anew through Charles. But would Charles persevere?
Au clair de la lune, mon ami Pierrot, prête-moi